everybody, it's Stacie Duffy here, your Denver Metro real estate resource, and today I want to answer the question of what do realtors do when we're not selling a house? Because a lot of people think that it's like, oh, well, they just work the weekends and then during the week they can do whatever they want, right? Not so much. And that's why being a part-time realtor is really, really tough. So essentially it breaks down to a few different things, right? Different agents do it different ways. A lot of agents tend to have like business lulls. Essentially, they'll be really, really busy and then they'll have some time, in between transactions and clients and things like that. Transactions have a whole nother like giant long list of things that we do that we don't tell people about. So I'll start shooting more videos on that. But when we're not doing, I'll call it transactional items, right? So showing houses, writing contracts, following up with inspections, making phone calls, vendor recommendations, all that stuff. When we're not doing transactional type items, there's a ton of other things that we're doing that a lot of time agents don't take the time to do. And you kind of have to take the time to do them, or you end up in one of those really long lulls where you haven't done all these things to keep your pipeline full and to essentially keep our business going. So a lot of great agents, I'll say stellar agents, will schedule the time to work on their business no matter what's going on transactionally. Most agents will just do it in the time that they have. Actually, great agents will do it in the time that they have, and then most agents don't do it at all, which is why our fallout rate is greater than 80%. So, because you are self-employed, so you have to go find your own business, right? A lot of people don't realize that. But just for an example, so it's Saturday at 3:45, I'm in the office. As far as transactionally, I've got all my under contract clients closed. I've got some other clients that are going to be starting up here in the next few weeks. And so I'm taking advantage of that opportunity and working on my business versus in my business, right? So I've updated my YouTube channel art and added some new cool stuff up there. So if you haven't checked that out, go do that. Trying to, provide more value to my clients. I've got some mailers that I ordered earlier this week that I was hoping would be in yesterday. They're not quite in yet. So next week I'll be sorting those and dropping them off at the post office for EDDM mailings. So essentially marketing, branding, all of those types of on the business activities, right? So business planning, anytime I'm doing any of these activities, I always check them against my business plan, make sure that when I'm working on the business, I'm working against my plan and checking those things off. And then I'm getting to my end goals as far as what how to my business plan or my goals that I want to do this year. So, updating our social pages, planning out our content if we post a lot on social content, or creating videos like I'm doing for y'all today. A whole lot of other stuff, and checking in with our clients and helping people connect and doing social activities if that's how we get our business. Now that, COVID stuff's starting to lighten up a little bit, there's probably more agents that are getting back into that. So it's all of those types of activities. A lot of times people think like, oh, well, they go show houses for an afternoon and then they sell it and they're done and they just like sit back and don't work for 6 months. I don't sell $10 million houses or $5 million or even $3 million houses. I don't run across those very often, so that's not an opportunity that I am afforded, and most agents are not in that bucket as well. Not everybody is like selling Sunset and all that stuff you see on Netflix and everything. Most of us don't make that kind of money on one or two transactions. So anyway, if you're a new agent of the business or you have any questions about that kind of stuff or other activities, please feel free, leave them down below. If you're just somebody that thinks that we sit and slack off and we get, paid way too much for the time we work, I'm not going to go into that. But maybe this gives you a little bit of insight as far as, what we're doing with our non-client active time or non-transactional time. There's a lot of on the business work that we have to do. So anyway, if you're liking my videos, please subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. If you have any other questions, comments, thoughts, would love to hear, if you're an agent or new agent getting started or you need help with that kind of stuff, post it down below. I'll do what I can. I train a lot of our current agents as well as a lot of new agents starting in the business whenever they start with their brokerage. So always happy to help there. And if you're ever looking to buy or sell here in the Denver metro area, of course, I'd be happy to help. It's what I do for a living. So thanks so much for the time, and y'all have a great day.